The following is a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.
Welcome back to the UAB Director's Chair. I'm Tony Curry along with Mark Ingram. He's the UAB Athletic Director, and of course he joins us every single week. How you doing, partner? Everything good?
Excellent. Yeah, thanks, Tony. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic having you on. We are going to talk some rock and roll coming
good.
up here. They just announced 17 Hall of Famers for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We're going to go one by one. You say yay or nay. So we'll get into that a little bit later on here in the show.
Did you see that Metallica is going to be playing at the Sphere?
Really? Oh my
in
gosh.
The fall, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I thought my days of going to Vegas were over. But I think I'm going to have to go. Like, that's almost like a bucket thing. Like, everyone's like talking about just how incredible the Sphere. And
I haven't been yet. I would like to go, but I've never been to Red Rocks either. And people talk about how great that is, but that's a different feel and a different type of music altogether, probably at Red Rocks.
Yeah. No, I mean, they're like, even if you can get a chance to like see a movie in the Sphere, it's supposed to be like unbelievable. Like they did The Wizard of Oz, it was supposed to be unbelievable. It's strange.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw this article just popped up, and I know it's go time for you because we got basketball and all kinds of softball, baseball, and stuff like that. This is from the USA Today. Solution right there, staring back in them, a lost standard from the past of the full tank, just itching to get back into the fight. This is about college sports. Yet the current acting NCAA, the presidents and chancellors of the SEC and the Big Ten, have virtually ignored it. In fact, all but walked away from it. If you're looking for the magic bullet of change, if you're desperate to slow down the out-of-control train barreling down the NIL era tracks, let me reintroduce a friend that somehow has been ignored for the past 5 years: academics.
Yeah.
That is kind of interesting. We always talk about student athletes. We don't even say that anymore. But what exactly are we talking about here?
They're just saying that all of our attention has been shifted to how can we pay players. You're talking about mostly full scholarship athletes already, and we not only do we pay for them to go to school, we pay for their housing, we give them a meal stipend, we also feed them. So they really have very few expenses, and now we pay on top of that whatever revenue sharing they might be receiving. But we don't focus any attention on it. When we get to national discussions, we don't focus any attention on academics. Now, we still have all the same academic standards. None of that has changed. So I will say we still the kids have to pass so many hours each semester and so many each year to be eligible for the next season. And they still have to make progress towards a degree, which is measured through like a percentage towards that degree completion every year to be eligible. Those things all still exist. But when we get together and talk about rule changes and reform and making things better, it does not include school at all.
Back up just a little bit and tell me how it works. This Joey Aguilar is trying to get 7 years of time at Tennessee. I know the Chambliss Trinidad, he's trying to come back. I know everyone's coming back for the payday, obviously, but I know there's players that can play for college, even though they're enrolled in school, but they're not going to school. They've already got their degrees. Can you explain to me how that works and how much longer you can continue to play can you play a season out, or if you get your degree early, or how does it work?
Yeah, you can graduate and you can get a second major, right? You can get another degree, or you can start graduate school and start working on a master's degree, which is, this is before all that. I was in graduate school when I was my fifth year playing in college. I was a grad student. So that's not new or unusual. And while I don't know the specifics around the Aguilar case or the Chambliss case, basically what they're trying to say is that they should get an additional year because they lost one of their years due to things beyond their control. So the rule that exists, the waiver that exists there is, let's say you've played a few games and you can't redshirt, and then something tragic happens, like your family's house burns down, and you need to go home to help your family, this sort of thing. That's what's beyond your control.
Yeah.
And then you miss the rest of the season and you come back and you go, hey, can I get another year, man? I had this crazy thing happen. And and that's why the waiver exists. The waiver does not exist because you got hurt up. I redshirted normally,
Mhm.
and then I was playing my 4 years, and then in one of those 4 years, I had a catastrophic sort of injury that I didn't get to finish the whole year. Could I get that year back? Um, and sometimes if you haven't already played too much, if you've still, you know how you can play 4 games and still redshirt? If
Yeah.
you're inside of that 4 game, let's say it happens in your second game, but you've already redshirted. And so you say, hey, look, I hadn't gotten to that redshirt threshold and then I was out with an ACL for the rest of the season. Can I get that year back? A lot of times you can get that year. It's a medical hardship waiver. So now what they're basically trying to do is get another one of those for some other injury or some other thing. And look, if the other thing happened and tragically you lost your house in a flood or that
Yeah.
sort of stuff, I
Sure.
hope you do get it. But like all things, and I'm not saying that Ole Miss or Tennessee is doing this, but generally speaking, like all things, we try to exploit the system by coming up with these wild reasons why somebody missed a year when they really didn't miss a year, or they missed a year by choice, or they missed a year because um
For
they got
what? Yeah.
beat out.
Yeah.
You
For
know, they
what?
got
Yeah.
beat
Yeah.
out. The
Yeah.
real truth is they didn't play because they weren't as good as the other person playing.
Your thoughts on the Bediako situation? He came back again. I guess this is what, the third time. He got shot down again. Can you explain to me, as an athletic director, what it would be like if this was your basketball team, just from a distractionary standpoint? Because I'm getting to the point where if I'm in the locker room, now I'm not, but if I was in the locker room, I don't want this kid coming back. I'm sorry, he's taking playing time away from other kids, and he
Yeah.
seems like he's getting a lot of attention. We're sitting there at about a 4 or 5 seed. We feel like we can win without him. But can you just talk about how they may be feeling there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, well, I can't speak for those kids in that locker room, but to your point, I would imagine that there is a lot of, man, is he back or not?
Yeah,
If he's going to be back, let's prepare and play like he's back. If he's not, we need to get ready to play, without him. Um, the rule apparently has been in existence for a long time, but I think most people agree that we've got to find a way to start obeying the rules, and that's what comes back to Congress intervening to give us antitrust exemption to allow us to enforce rules.
it has been brought up to the attention of many that there are a lot of basketball teams, including one Auburn player who did play in European leagues, that are playing college. The difference is Badiako actually played college ball first.
Yeah.
Then declared
And
for the.
Europe doesn't, if you're a European player, Europe does not provide the system that we provide, which is to go to college and play your sport for your university. That does
Yeah,
not exist in Europe.
yeah.
And so for a kid over there, a lot of times what happens is they don't really have high school sports the way we have exactly either. They have these clubs, they call them. And this is soccer or basketball, these clubs, and you play for this club and the club travels around. Well, then, over time, that used to be the same as what we would call just like travel baseball here. Well, over time, it's turned into more like what we have as AAU here, which is the club has sponsors, and that sponsorship includes travel money for all the team. And it doesn't mean that the kid is profiting so much as they're not coming out of pocket on expenses for travel
Yeah,
and for uniforms and for meals while they're traveling and this kind of thing. And so it becomes somewhat modestly professionalized. And then I would imagine that the highest clubs, the best, most elite of those, maybe there is a little money for the kids, and it's not a ton of money. I can't imagine as much money, but that they are paid something.
yeah,
And so that system, though, that's just all they have. They can't at age 14 just go, hey, I think I'm going to be pretty good at basketball, so I'm going to move to the United States.
yeah.
They can't just, I mean, it's just the ability to do that and the wherewithal to do that is not reasonable. And so we've had to modify some rules to where some people like that have been able to leave what they call technically professional basketball and come over here, but it's not really professional basketball, but they have been paid something.
Yeah.
It's very different than what you're describing, where a kid started in college and then he went and played for the American version of, I mean, it's in the NBA, it's the G
Yeah.
League,
Yeah. Yeah.
and play in games and be paid and then come back. That's never, I don't think that's ever happened before.
Yeah. Info TonyCurryRadio.net, info TonyCurryRadio.net. If you want to send us your emails, we always get to those as well. Can you please tell me what in the world's going on with that basketball team of yours? I just, it's just amazing. So fun. They set a record, I guess, their eighth consecutive road victory against Memphis this past week, which
Was it eight
obviously
or
is
nine? I thought it was
was it
nine,
was it
but
nine?
it's
I
a
don't
bunch.
know. I
It's a
lost count
bunch.
after about five or six. It is a bunch. Something that this program's never done before. Um, what is it? What is it? Us against the world? What is? Are these kids because they're all new, so naive they just don't know they're not supposed to be playing that way on the road, or what? Because and we know this that college basketball home court advantage is one of the biggest advantages in all of sports in college
Yeah.
basketball, and it doesn't seem to be phasing the UAB Blazers right now.
Yeah, they just play really inspired on the road. I'm not sure what that is. And I have yet to hear Andy Kennedy publicly or privately say that he thinks they're lacking effort at home
Yeah.
anywhere. And so it is hard to explain. And
And by the way, historically, UAB is fantastic at Bartow, like better than
yeah,
they should be, like than most teams.
yeah,
Bartow is a real home field advantage for them.
I don't want to bring it up because it's a negative statistic, but how long it's been since we lost this many games at home, it has been a long time. And yet we've now won the most conference road games in school history. And it's just a bizarre situation. But, right now, Tony, we find ourselves ranked fourth in the league. And the way the conference tournament works, there's 13 basketball playing members.
Hmm.
10 of us go to the conference tournament, which is right here in Birmingham down at Legacy Arena.
Yeah,
Please
baby.
buy your tickets and
Yeah,
go.
baby. Yeah, baby.
Um, because we need to show support for the tournament so we can get it back. We
Sure.
want the conference to see that we support it. Um, but if you're in the top six, you get a first round bye. If you're in the top four, you get a double bye. And so right now we're fourth. And what we need to do is win out. If we win all three of our last three games, we should stay fourth. Um, if we win two, then it would depend on what other people do, right?
Yeah.
So you'd like to take that chance out of it and just go win, just go play and win, and then you're in control because getting that double bye, and coaches will debate this a bit, but I think they all settle on having a bye is better than not. Some people will say, man, when you get a bye, whether it's one or two games, the team you're playing has already played and they've
Yeah.
already seen the ball go through the rim in the arena, and they probably are going to walk in with more confidence having played there and won yesterday. But there is a fatigue factor, and that's just undeniable. And the more games you have to play in a row, the more fatigued you're going to be, and that's just like I said, it's undeniable. And your odds are better. The fewer games you have to play to get to the championship, your odds are better.
People obviously know that I'm a UAB Blazer fan, so they're like, okay, obviously they're going to be sniffing 20 wins again, as they always do every single year. They're in, right? And I'm like, no, it's not Conference USA where it was a one bid league. It seemed like every single year.
Yeah,
But if they do run out the table, and that would be impressive, do you still believe they have to win their conference tournament to get a bid?
to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
I
To the
think there's, yeah,
NCAA for sure. The NIT is interesting. I mean, if we win out and we get to the championship game again, and then don't win the championship, I think there is a possibility you get to the NIT,
oh yeah. I mean, I think there's
which
no
is what
doubt.
happened to us last year, and we didn't think we would. It was a surprise, frankly. And we were in Fort Worth, and we left Fort Worth thinking that the season was over. And we landed in Birmingham, and one of our coaches sees on his phone, he goes, "Hey, look," and he shows his phone, and it says UAB, NIT. And Andy looked at me and he says, "Did you strike some deal with them while we were on the plane?" I was like,
Yeah.
"I don't know."
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
More
NIT.
basketball. That's great, man. That means more home games. That means everything for the NIT. Hey, listen, you take the NIT. Well, let's scoot the NIT on the back burner for right now, and let's look forward to those other four letters, and that'd be NCAA. See if we can pull that off first. You mentioned when we first got on here that you are a busy man right now. You got a lot of things going on. You know, the grapefruit
Yeah.
and the Cactus Leagues and Major League Baseball are getting underway. My Cincinnati Reds are starting to play again. I know it's about go time, man. The pitchers and the catchers have reported, but man, it is all out when it comes to softball and baseball in college right
Yeah.
now. How the Blazers doing?
Yeah, so we're finishing up men's and women's basketball while it overlaps with the start of baseball and softball season. It's also our beach volleyball season, and we'll finish. We've got the indoor track American Conference Indoor Track Championships at the Crossplex this weekend, and then we start outdoor track, and we'll have a meet here that we host. You just have a lot happening all at the same time, and it's a real these overlapping times are real strenuous on a relatively small athletic department, which is who we are. um, but baseball and softball have started off pretty well. They're both 500, which in the non-conference is good because
Mm,
we usually play, softball played Tennessee, they're number
Tennessee, yeah,
one,
yeah.
and Ole Miss, and baseball has played Florida and Cincinnati, and we stole a game from Florida, and which was down in Gainesville, and then we split a 4-game series, which is unusual. We split a 4-game series with Cincinnati, who had just beaten, I think they swept Auburn.
Hmm.
I can't remember if they beat them 2 out of 3 or if they swept them.
I
So
swept them, I think. Yeah,
yeah, they came off of that and came up here to play us, and we took the first 2 games. So had it been an ordinary 3-game series, we would have won that series.
yeah.
But so we're starting off the season really well there, and we'll see how it goes. Um, like anything, you're trying to refine and get your team, playing inspired. But those 2 seasons are long seasons, and
Hmm.
you got to keep your arms healthy and that kind of thing. So, hey, we're hitting the ball pretty well. If I think about baseball, they're hitting the ball pretty well. Softball needs to pick that up a little bit, but I feel like they are now that they're getting at the plate and they're facing other pitchers. You just got to get used to that, challenge.
Yeah. All right. UABsports.com, UABsports.com for tickets and everything it is UAB Sports. Go Blazers and check out UABsports.com. It's a fantastic site. Check it out. All right. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Have you heard the list of
No,
17
seems like a long list.
inductees? It is a long list. 10 of them have been are repeats that are coming
And
back. What's that?
wait, you said repeats. What do you mean?
They've been nominated before,
Oh,
but they have not
okay.
gotten a
And,
chance.
and
Yeah.
and basically, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has turned into a music Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah, it's always been a music hall of fame. I mean, if you
That's
call it
not
the
what it's called.
if you call it the music hall of fame, that's boring. It's got to be rock and roll. Rock and roll kicks ass. It's rock and roll, brother. You don't play music during halftimes. You play rock and roll during halftimes. It's rock and roll.
Is
So
Kenny
yeah,
G going to get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
he should. Dolly Parton got in. I mean, right? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Kenny G. Yeah. I mean, yeah. From a musical
You see my
standpoint,
issue with this? You're calling it
you
the
know what?
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and you're going to put Michael Bolton in the Rock and Roll Hall of
Oh,
Fame.
well, yeah. I guess at some point, I guess at some point, yeah, like Liberace. I guess at
I
some
was
point
about
you'd
to
have to
say
say,
Liberace. When's he going in?
at some point you'd have to. Well,
It's
we
not
got
about them not being. Is Pavarotti getting in? I mean, what are we talking
we got Wu Tang Clan. They're up to get in. I mean,
about? Okay.
all right, here we go. Jeff Buckley. You know who Jeff Buckley is?
No.
Jeff Buckley. A lot of people didn't know who he was. Drowned mysteriously, jumping off a bridge at the age of 30. Had only a couple albums out. Really kind of surprising that his name showed up here. And I think a lot of people
Hmm.
don't even know who Jeff Buckley is, but was evidently on the cusp of doing some wonderful, great things in the music world before he left. Phil Collins, slam dunk, yeah. 8 number ones. He is one of only 3 individuals to have sold 100 albums in a solo effort and also with a band. Can you name the other 2 guys?
Sting.
No. Ooh, that's good though. Sting is not in as a solo act yet. Paul McCartney.
Oh, that's a great one. Paul
And
McCartney.
there's another one that's he's got the number one selling
Is
album of
that
all
kind of
time.
age? Is it that sort of age?
Yeah, something like yeah. They actually sang songs together. Paul McCartney and this other guy.
Oh, I was going to ask Rod Stewart because he was with Faces.
Yeah, but
Uh,
they didn't sell 100 million albums.
no,
That'd be Michael Jackson.
Michael. Oh, MJ. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
did it solo, and of course did it with the Jackson Five. Melissa Etheridge. Hello.
I heard you.
Yeah. Okay, I'm taking that as a no. Lauren Hill with Fugees.
I
You take it?
like Lauryn Hill,
Yeah.
but I don't think there's just enough success there.
In
And
excess.
and you're watering it down, man. Like this is the
Well, it's
Hall
not
of
just why
Fame.
not. Why, I know, and it's
You just
not to
put
say,
everybody in there that's ever done anything?
uh, dude, I hear you. I was on Fox 6 this morning, and I'm like, what the heck? And I think they, I like the fact that they throw a lot of people out there just so we've got something to talk about. I think that's why they do it.
Okay.
Because it doesn't just because you're being nominated doesn't mean you're going to make it in. But I will say this: if you're nominated for the Hall of Fame, that carries some weight. If Mark Ingram is in the Tennessee Volunteer Hall of Fame induction class, or at least being looked at, you can say, hey, listen, they were looking at me and being inducted. That's something to hang a coat on, not necessarily if
I
you're inducted or
guess.
not. I'd say In Excess is in. New Edition.
Yeah, like okay, so like compared to Lauryn Hill, like New Edition had a lot of success.
Hmm. Bobby
Yeah.
Brown. Yeah. I'm going to say they're in. Pink.
Yeah, love Pink.
You think she's worthy of Hall of Fame though? I mean, I
I
think she
don't know
is.
that I
I
don't
think
think she
someday she
should
will
be
be.
yet.
You know,
I think
maybe,
she's
maybe we're putting people in the Hall of Fame too because there is no other place to put them.
and let me ask you this. These are nominees or these are being inducted?
These are nominees.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're not
She should
being.
definitely
Yeah,
be. I misunderstood you.
yeah. No,
I
these
thought
are
you said they
these are
were in. Yeah, she should definitely be a nominee because one day she should get in. She's got
no,
a lot of
these
great.
are just nominees. These are not.
Yeah,
They're going
I'm
to
all
name
for that.
they're going to name the inductees next month. Shakira. It's
Yeah,
too early. Luther Vandross.
definitely,
Yeah, I agree with you. We mentioned Wu Tang Clan. The Black Crows.
definitely.
Hmm. Something tells me that they're just, and I think they probably should get in. They've been around a long time. I think a lot has a lot to do with the fact that they're still performing. Uh, Billy Idol.
Why do you make that face? He absolutely should get in.
Why?
He had a ton of hits too, and he has
He didn't have a
a
ton
lot
of
of
hits. I
projects
mean,
with other people too.
I mean, well, he had 5 or 6 songs, good songs.
Yeah, but the very first guy you mentioned, Jeff Buckley, what is his hit?
Yeah, well, that's true. Listen, I make the list, my friend. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
listen, Lauryn Hill compared to Lauryn Hill
But
and Billy Idol,
Lauren Hill sold a lot more records than Billy Idol has.
is that right?
Yeah, and I will say this: he was on the forefront of what punk rock is these days. I mean,
Definitely.
he took like the Ramones to another level. So I would have to say that Billy Idol. I'm saying he's in, and I'll tell you one of the reasons I think he's in is because he's still. He has a residual effect right now. He's still touring. He's doing TV commercials. People still think I mean, he's somewhat of a novelty, but he's still on the road, and I think that bodes well for him. Iron Maiden,
Love them.
man, did you know they've sold 130 million albums?
I'm surprised it's that few.
I know,
They've got like 18 albums or something, and
yeah,
they are huge in
in
Europe and
oh
Asia.
and
Huge.
yeah, they sell out arenas. I don't know if they'd sell out the Coca-Cola Amphitheater here, but they sell out everywhere they go in Europe.
Everywhere they go internationally, they are huge.
New Order,
I don't know who that is.
okay, Oasis,
No,
and Sade.
no.
No, Sade. I read something interesting. Sade is named after Sade Adu, A-D-U, who, of course, is the lead singer. They have not had a drummer in their band since 1986. They fired their drummer, and they just never had ever brought and so they just have studio people. They've never had a drummer in their band. Isn't that
Oh,
wild?
like you
Yeah.
were like they don't use drums.
Well, they don't use
Here,
drums a lot, but yeah.
here's what I would say on her is that I don't know enough about her. Is she by chance like does she produce or write music?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, well then maybe there's like maybe she's written a lot of stuff that I'm just not aware of.
She's a smooth operator, man. I see.
Well, I know that, but like that's literally her only song, and has she? But maybe she does a lot of other things,
So
in
let
the
me
end.
let me throw out some that are not getting a sniff this year. That we do this every year. Joe Walsh.
Joe Walsh is interesting. The Eagles, I'm certain, are already in, right? Surely the
Yeah,
Eagles are
sure.
already
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
And yeah, I could see Joe as an individual having a hard time. Is George Harrison in?
George Harrison is in. Yes.
And I think George had more success than Joe. Probably not a lot more, but more
Yeah. He had quite a bit more than Joe did. And I think Joe was kind of like, I mean, he was the one that was trashing the hotel rooms, and
all the time.
he was kind of funny, yeah, until he came out with like The Confessor. Robert Plant, that one blows me away. Robert Plant should be in the Hall of Fame, period.
Yeah,
I mean, and he's still touring with Alison Krauss. America.
like
They had a
America. I
ton of
mean,
hits. They see the problem with them is a lot of people say they didn't write their own music, and so that for some reason they're holding that against them.
who
I don't know
cares?
why. Yeah, really. Michael McDonald. Yeah,
I think, is also a guy who did a lot of studio stuff and a lot of collaborations with other people. Probably, yeah,
I think he should be. Huey Lewis.
definitely.
I see. I agree with you there too. Garth Brooks. Yeah.
Well,
Toto.
if it's music, Garth should 100% be
Again,
in. Toto,
I know they have a country music hall of fame, correct? I'm assuming they do. Um, I mean, I think you'd have to put.
probably in
Yeah.
Nashville. It's got to be right. Did you say Toto?
Yeah.
Oh, 100%,
Yeah. I agree with you. Boston.
100%.
I mean, they only had three albums, but they changed music. I mean, they
They had
changed the
three
whole.
great albums, though.
Yeah, they changed everything. Sticks.
Definitely.
Jethro Tull.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, see, we have a bunch more that we can. And the thing is, they're going to continue to add. You just have to have 25 years of experience, right? So now we're starting to see bands like that
I
came out
can't.
in 2001
Well,
that
I
are
can't
after the Rock
believe
and Roll Hall of
that
Fame.
Pink has 25 years, but
Yeah. hmm So I mean, we got bands that are going to be coming out in the 2000s that are going to be up for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which just sounds ridiculous
you're
to me.
gonna are
But
you gonna put Britney Spears in?
you know what? That's a great
You're
point.
gonna you're gonna
I
have to
think
put
Taylor
Christina
Swift.
Aguilera.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. I mean,
Well, Taylor Swift, I
yeah.
totally get. I have no issue there.
I think you'd have to look at Britney Spears. I think you would. I mean,
Yeah,
if that's what they're doing. I mean,
yeah.
again, I hear you when you talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I understand. A lot of people are like, well, that ain't rock and roll. You know, Phil Collins towards the end of his career, he wasn't rock and roll either. He was singing Walt Disney songs. You know what I mean? But he was still with. So I can't. But when you're so big, like Dolly Parton or Garth Brooks, you should at least have a wing of the place. Maybe you're not inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but you certainly should. It's like Pete Rose at Cooperstown. He's not in the Hall of Fame, but
Yeah,
he's got a whole wing dedicated to what he's done on the baseball field. So I don't know.
yeah.
All right, my man. Thank you so much. We'll catch up next week. Go get some sleep. Go pull some winter winners in there for us. When's the AAC tournament in Birmingham? When does that start?
Yeah, it starts March the 10th, and we want to
Okay.
have a good showing. So, look, we've got a basketball game at home on Sunday at 11 a.m.
Okay.
That's TV, sorry, folks. And then the following Sunday at home against East Carolina at 2 o'clock. That will be March the 8th. That's our last home game. And then we start the tournament on March the 10th. So please cheer on our team. Help us try to figure out a way to win these games, these last three, and two of which are at home that we need to win. And then let's go, make some noise in the tournament.
Sounds good. We'll be there. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Thanks, Tony. See you guys.
This has been a special presentation of Tony Curry Radio.